Professor Colleen Graffy. With a name like that, she's of Irish descent as well, I would say. A former advisor to President George W. Bush. Very nice to see you again, Professor. Are you okay? Everything okay?
Everything's great. Good evening. Good morning.
Thank you. So, New York Times, they're saying Liz Truss is a hawk. Is that better than being a dove in these times? What do you think?
Well, first of all, I need to take issue with your mocking the special relationship. So I think we need to delve into that. You suggest that it never really existed and it doesn't exist. And I can say, having served in the State Department...
Professor, are you really saying it existed under Barack Obama? Are you really saying that Donald Trump, I mean, he was in love with the Queen, yeah, but that's about it?
Well, what you're suggesting is that it's only about the head of state. It's the entire U.S. government in U.S. and UK government. And the special relationship, we usually say in the same breath, it's because we have shared values. And before you do an eye roll, may I just say that it is incredibly important in this day and age that we have shared values. I mean, at one time you could sort of think it's a bit of hokey, but now we have an existential threat with Russia invading another country. And these shared values for rule of law and democracy, we take them for granted. We think that they're going to be there forever. Yeah. And they're not. We need to be working at it. And unless we have like-minded nations that care about these things, then the entire international legal world order could go asunder. So the fact that the US and the UK share these values of democracy and the rule of law, it's critical.
I'm simply saying to you, yes, there is a special relationship when it suits the USA, and it doesn't suit them on trade deals, for instance. It suits them when it comes to security, but it doesn't suit them on trade deals. Tell me the trade deals that's working so well that's getting Britain out of bother.
Well, as you know, some of the sticking points on the trade deal is our discussions on hormones and beef and rather technical things. And I think that there is a desire to have a trade agreement. And I think it's also impressive that Truss was pushing for UK accession to the TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership, not just for trade reasons, but also for geopolitical strategic reasons, because she recognizes the growing threat of China. And there's another area where the United States and the UK are going to be working together. She supports NATO. And again, we can't take NATO for granted. She's looking at a 3% increase or 3% of the GDP for NATO. In other words, strong on defense. She's also understands the concerns about the rise of China. So I think
she's also going to have to deal with the Northern Ireland Protocol. And that, of course, has been a real bugbear for the president. Yep. Why does he care so much about it? And can you see the two working together?
You put your finger on one of the tension points, which is the Northern Ireland Protocol. And I think that there's a desire to work through this together. But why does it matter? Because we've had all of those years of the troubles and the concerns with the United States of what's been happening in Ireland, Northern Ireland. And so this Good Friday Agreement is something that has brought peace. And the last thing we want is for that to go asunder. So it's I think that there's going to be efforts on both sides to make sure that we come to a good place on this. But of course, Biden, with Irish roots, cares immensely that there's peace in Northern Ireland. And I'm sure, well, obviously the UK does as well.
Yeah, there is, though, a big section of the UK electorate who voted for Brexit, who will look at that and say, Northern Ireland, as there will be the unionist parties in Northern Ireland, they will say we are part of the United Kingdom. We should be able not to be governed by the European Union after Brexit. And that's what's going on. They like the idea that they can biff the protocol and be UK European free.
Well, it is a complicated matter with lots of layers of problems and tensions. And that's a matter for the UK to work on. But the understanding in their phone call from yesterday was that it is a priority issue, that this peace remains. And we hope in good faith that that will happen.